What's up, YouTube? Pictures by Schoolboy back again with another interesting video. Today's video is a very simple and a very interesting one. Today, I just want to share with you 5 important things you need as a beginner photographer. Before we get into the video, please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already, and make sure you drop a like on this video for me. Let's get straight into the video. Welcome back, guys. The first thing I'm going to talk about today is a camera. We all know you need a camera before you can start photography. You can't start photography without a camera. I started photography about 2 years ago, and I started with a smartphone. I couldn't afford a camera at that time, so I had to start with anything that I have. So I started with my smartphone and I shot some couple of pictures. It wasn't really good, but that was what I started with. So the first thing you need is a camera. It doesn't have to be a DSLR or a mirrorless or an expensive camera, just any camera, being it a smartphone or whatever camera you have in hand that time. You just have to start, and that's the first thing you need as a beginner photographer. So let's move on to the second one, which is a reflector. I have my reflector right beside me. I bought this long ago, about a year ago, and this has really helped me a lot. You know, there are some instances where you can't, the lighting is very bad, so you need a reflector to kind of channel your lighting a little bit just to get an amazing image or make your images better. And that is where a reflector comes in handy. I have the lens reflector right here. It's a very nice reflector. So that's the second thing you need. That's the second thing you need as a beginner photographer. You need a reflector, and it's going to help you to direct your light and make little adjustments to your images, and it's going to help you a lot. Let's keep it moving. The third thing I'm going to talk about, this one is actually my favorite one. This one, the third one, you need a 50mm lens. Why do I choose this lens? I bet you this lens is an amazing lens. I first bought the Yongnuo 50mm f1.8 because it was cheaper. It wasn't even a little. It was cheaper than the Canon one, the Nifty 50. And then that was what I could afford, so that was the one that I bought, and it really helped me. The 50mm lens is a lens which can do a whole lot of things, and also it gives you that amazing depth of field that you get in your images. It's an amazing lens, trust me. So that's the third thing you need, a 50mm f1.8 lens. It's an amazing lens, and you can do a little research about it, and you are going to love it. It's an amazing lens that you surely need as a beginner. The fourth thing I'm going to talk about is a speed light. I have my YN560 Mark III right here. Amazing speed light, by the way. This one goes around $63, which is around 300 and something Ghana cedis, and it's an amazing flash. You need a speed light because sometimes you'll be shooting in a very bad lighting setup. Let's say you are shooting at a church where they have all these fancy lights on the stage and all the kind of powerful lights are turned off. You just pop your flash onto your camera, and then you are good to go. You get amazing pictures. This has really helped me a lot. I actually bought this lens because I shoot a lot for churches and a whole lot, weddings and a whole lot. So that's the main reason why I bought this speed light. It's an amazing speed light. So the fourth thing you need is a speed light, being it a cheaper one or just a speed light, a very nice and a simple speed light, and it's going to help you a lot. Let's keep it moving. The fifth thing I'm going to talk about is a camera bag. Now trust me, this one is going to help you a lot. When I started, I didn't have a camera bag. I always used my school bag as my camera bag, and it nearly spoiled my lens. So I decided to buy a camera bag, even though I could afford it at that time. But I didn't really find it very useful at that time because I always use my school bag. But then I started having sensor issues. There were dust entering my lenses and a whole lot, and I had to get myself a camera bag. So I purchased this Canon camera bag, a very simple and a very compact one. It's not expensive. It's a very simple bag. I purchased this one, and it has saved me a lot because now I can keep all my gear very safe without worrying about dust or anything. There was a time I went for a photo shoot and I was looking in the viewfinder, and then I saw an ant moving in the lens. Man, it was that time I knew I had to get a camera bag, because how could an ant enter my lens and be moving? Like how? I removed the lens, but still I saw the ant moving, so I had to quarantine the lens in a bag for some couple of days for the ants to die before I could use it again. So that's the fifth thing I'm going to talk about. And I have a bonus tip for you, a bonus item to add to all what I've mentioned above. So that is a tripod. Now this one is optional. I would only recommend a tripod for people who are into people who are into landscape photography and architecture, food photography. If that's what you really want to do, then a reflector would be a tripod would be amazing for you. As you know, you can't be shooting landscapes and food photography, food and a whole lot without a tripod. You need a tripod for those kind of photography. So if only you are going to be shooting food, architecture, landscape, then a tripod is really going to help you. But if you are not going to shoot any of these 5 things that I mentioned earlier, is really going to help you a lot. So those are my 5 things you need as a beginner photographer, and I hope you found this video useful, and I hope you are going to get at least few of them to as you are going on, and it's going to help you. So that's the end of today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed, and don't forget to leave a like on the video for me. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.